Today, I am signing an executive order officially clearing both our pre-K through 12 schools and our colleges and universities to reopen for the upcoming academic year. As many of our colleges and universities have continued offering classes during the summer, in-person instruction may fully resume immediately should institutions so desire, and so long as social distancing, among other protections, are strictly adhered to. And any student who chooses to continue remote learning must be accommodated. We have held ongoing discussions with the leaders throughout our higher education system, and we believe they are ready for this step. In fact, I have a call with presidents of colleges and universities on the books for tomorrow. And throughout the summer, we have continued to work alongside our school districts and educational communities, including educators, parents, and other stakeholders, to ensure that come the beginning of the school year in September, plans are in place to ensure the safety of all students and staff. I have personally been a part of, I think at this point, scores of those deliberations, consultations, discussions. Let's begin by reiterating a very simple truth. Not only will this not be a normal school year, furthermore, there is no one-size-fits-all plan to this very difficult situation. As we have mentioned here before, we are home to nearly 600 public school districts, plus charter and Renaissance schools, non-public and parochial schools, and other specialized places of learning. Each one faces its own unique challenges, serves a unique community, and has its own unique character. And I think Commissioner Deemer and Drs. Hackett and Valesky can certainly attest to that. And in fact, we don't just recognize these differences in New Jersey. In many ways, we celebrate them. The simple fact remains that New Jersey's system of education has long been rooted in local control and decision-making based on local input. I would not ask the students and parents, for instance, in Willingboro, to decide what's best for East Brunswick schools and vice versa. And so for the past 6 weeks, we have relied upon the work of local educational communities to determine the best way for their schools to reopen. We have provided significant flexibility, including providing parents and guardians with the option to choose all remote learning for their student, while also at the same time adjusting expectations based on the latest science and data, such as, by the way, last week's announcement of mandatory face coverings for all students while in school. But in every twist and turn in the road, we have been willing to listen and to accommodate. And today we are continuing to show our willingness to listen, to learn, and to act accordingly. This clear principle has guided us from the very start, and it will continue. We are flexible because we value listening, and we are listening because we value flexibility. This is not a change of course. This is a continuation of the process that we set up from the very start. The Department of Education has put forward strong guidelines that put a premium on health and safety of students and staff while allowing in-person instruction to resume. However, we recognize that for some districts, there are legitimate and documentable reasons why some of these core health and safety standards cannot be met on day one. So for these districts today, we are reaffirming our commitment to provide the flexibility for districts to do what is best for their school community. Both public and non-public schools must certify to the Department of Education that they are able to meet the health and safety standards necessary to resume in-person instruction. Districts that cannot meet all the health and safety standards for safe in-person instruction will begin their school year in an all-remote fashion. Public school districts will need to spell out their plans for satisfying these unmet standards and a date by which they anticipate the ability to resume in-person instruction. As I mentioned, throughout this process, we have talked directly with administrators like Drs. Hackett and Valesky, with educators, with parents, with national experts, and with countless other stakeholders. And just as importantly, not only have we spoken with them, we have listened. Our goal has not changed. Our commitment to meeting the conditions on the ground with flexibility has not changed. And most of all, our focus on protecting students, families, and educators has not changed. When our schools open in September, they must be ready to provide the high-quality education to all students that is a hallmark of New Jersey. We know the first day of school is not going to be like any other in our history. And we are fully committed to getting this right for students, our educators, our districts, and every family, that everyone who enters one of our schools goes safely home at night. I know Judy will have more to say on this in addition to our educational experts. Judy will have more to say on this in a few minutes as it relates to the health perspective on this. So thank you to each and every one of you.